Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode in beautiful Geistal, Austria. We are starting our day in the middle of March and I've got some bad news. The tractors, yeah, we overdone the plowing and whatever work we were doing with the tractors, and they have issues. Now before I tackle the tractors, let me show you how this field looks. Both of the fields have been plowed up and then cultivated, and then put some alfalfa here and another alfalfa field down there by the apple trees, and we have two fields of clover growing. So I'm very well expecting next month we're gonna be looking at some sprouts. But to the problem at hand. I've already put the Fendt in here. And this one was showing some kind of an issue. I think there was even a light blinking. Let me just jump in real quick. Okay, let's try and turn it on. Alright, so this one doesn't show the engine light. That's the one next to the KPH sign on the right. But I will show you a picture in a second. And let me read it through. Let me just jump out. It's gonna be a bit easier, and I want to turn it off. Don't want the tractor being too warm for the service, you know. And anyway, let me pull up that photo I took. Alright, so my dad actually sent me an SMS and it said vehicle fault. This is for the Fendt. It looks like something is wrong with your Fendt 615 LS Turbomatic. One of its parts may have failed. Make sure to visit a workshop and perform an inspection. Do not delay it. The failure may continue to progress and the repair cost will rise with it. If the inspection confirms a fault, fix it with the repair procedure at the workshop. So this is exactly what I'm gonna attempt to do. I have a few things here and there and yeah, I'm gonna try to find out what in the world is wrong with this tractor, and it's probably gonna take a few hours. So yeah, let me get busy and I'll see you when I find something, hopefully not. Alright, so all in all I have a few options how to do this inspection. So I can do just a visual quick glance over it. So this means quick external inspection, low cost and immediate results. Detects visible faults with only a small chance of missing some defects. Does not provide technical condition data. So that would take 6 minutes to do a visual inspection. If I go to a standard inspection, it would take 1 hour and 2 minutes, and it would be a routine diagnostic procedure. Identifies all active faults and generates a general report on the vehicle's condition. So this is good. And we have a full defectoscopy. This is a deep diagnosis. Guarantees detection of all faults, including potential ones, and provides a comprehensive report with exact health percentages for all components. I think I'll go with a standard for today, and yeah, let's see if we actually find something. It's gonna only take an hour. Okay, an hour has passed and I am dirty up to my elbows. So I did find an issue. Let's go check it out. Alright, so steering linkage has moderate wear. Steering pull is noticeable and steering response is significantly reduced. Do I want to repair that? It would cost 460 to repair. Yeah, I think we do that. What else can we do? Now we have a few options. We can get standard equipment. This is original something manufacturer. So this is basically a part that's made directly at the Fendt factory, or we could get used, and it would cost less, and we can get aftermarket. What does that mean? Routine maintenance according to mass, restore service level to normal, and provides the standard service interval until next maintenance budget. Aftermarket copies. Okay, so aftermarket, this is a copy. It's not made from Fendt, but it's a copy of the Fendt one. Or premium, we can get reinforced performance parts. Expensive but strictly quality controlled, 0% defect risk. Or we can go with original equipment manufacturer. Yeah, that's the E. Let's go with this one. It's gonna cost us 460. If we would go with used one, it would be 150. And if we go with the aftermarket, it would cost 300. But or premium, 550. So let's go with original. And this is gonna take 6 hours to take the tractor apart and get it back together. Okay, good. So yeah. I guess I'm gonna see you in 6 hours or something like that. Because yeah, we gotta take care of our tractors unless we want to have them breaking down in the middle of the fields, which is of course not something we want to have. Be right back. Alright, so the maintenance was completed, and we have also cleaned the tractor in the meantime, but let's see what else. Why is this still showing? That it's broken. Let's just do a visual inspection again. So one more issue detected. Okay, so I'm guessing, since we just replaced this one, that it must be a faulty part. It's like a 10% chance, but I guess we got the faulty part. Let's go with the warranty repair. Another 4 hours. Oh, shoot. It's gonna take us until 8:30. Yeah, it ain't gonna cost any money, but it's gonna cost time to fix. Do I want to do maintenance? Yeah, let's do that. Well, I guess I'll see you at 8:30. This was unexpected. Anyway, I'm gonna go have lunch and I'll come back to this a bit later on. Would you believe that? We actually got like a whole brand new part from Fendt and it was already broken. At least the warranty covers it. In any case, I'll see you at around 8:30. Okay, it's, as I said, just over 8:30 p.m. So let's check the state. Yeah, it's good. It's good. In any case, we're gonna change the filters and the oil still while we have the tractor in here. And I'll see you tomorrow. This was... You could say this was a wasted day, but what else am I supposed to do? You know, I have to have my vehicles running if I want to do anything in the fields. And yeah, losing steering in the field, you know, in mountains like these, yeah, you don't really want to play with that, you know. It's like toying with your life. As I've said in the beginning of this series, this is gonna be a very tough one, very challenging for the equipment and for me and for time management and money and whatnot. Yeah. The other thing is that this tractor is fairly old. I don't know which year it was produced, but yeah, it's not new. It's got at least 20-25 years under its hood. And that all makes an impact, you know, on your reliability. In any case, let me close this down. It's getting fairly cold. We'll see you in the morning. Well, good morning, beautiful people. Welcome to the third part of March. Look at the mists rolling down through the town. And there's a balloon already. Anyway, we should be all good with our Fendt tractor now. So it's been maintained, the broken part has been replaced. We've topped up with new oil, we changed all the filters, and it should be ready to rumble now. Beautiful. Okay, let's just do a quick little check over it. Just a visual inspection. I probably don't need to be doing that again, but yeah, look at that. Everything seems to be okay. Engine oil, coolant, hydraulic oil, transmission, radiator, air intake duct, air filter. Lubrication levels are not required. Beautiful. Is this still attached? It is. Nice. I know the engine is still cold, but for a small move like this, it shouldn't really matter. Okay, beautiful. Right, now to the Mercedes. That one also had some issues. And I can't really tell you what they were because I haven't done the inspection yet. But yeah, the Mercedes is parked in the big garage. Should make some steps here. Build some steps, huh? Sounds about something like something that would come in quite handy because we are using that piece of dirt to walk down a bit too often for comfort. Yeah, so this one was used for seating. Okay, I have detached the seeder is emptied out, and I've put all of that in that big bag over there. Alright, it was this one that had the engine light on. It was. If you pay attention to the speedometer on the right bottom hand side of the screen, what am I saying? Yeah, you can see the yellow exclamation mark right next to the KPH sign, and yeah, that indicates us that we have an issue. Now I got no clue what that could be, but this is why we're gonna get it in the workshop and clean it out, check it out, measure everything and try to find what the problem is. I hope it's not gonna take us the whole day as the previous one did, but if it does, it does, you know. What else am I supposed to do? Alright, well, again, I'm gonna do a standard inspection and we'll see if something shows up. Everybody! 3 issues detected with the Merc. Let's see what they are. Okay, so we got leaking brake fluid or worn discs. Braking distance is notably increased. This is moderate. Okay. I guess this was a problem because we were turning around on hills so much and braking and starting over. Steering linkage wear. A slight steering pull is present and steering response is reduced. This is a minor. And the wheel hub bearing wear. Okay, this one is problematic. Bearing noise and vibrations are present. Maximum speed is slightly limited. And rolling resistance is increased. Can we do a warranty repair? No, I don't think so. So it's gonna cost us 440 euros to fix all three. Or is this just for the third one? So we can choose if we want to repair this or not, but we can get this with warranty repair. We can get used items. We can get the aftermarket or premium. Let's go with original Mercedes parts. And let's do the maintenance after that. And we're gonna be done at the end of the day. Wow. Well, I guess there are 3 things to fix, so it's gonna be a very, very long day. So what do you say, everybody? Is this a different kind of episode or not? You would expect that we'd be driving tractors or doing field work, but we are basically landlocked or garage locked with our vehicles because, yeah, we simply wore them down. This is brutal. This really is brutal. Well, I don't have anything else to say, but see you in the evening. Hope everything goes well. Okay, everybody, I am simply exhausted. But we have fixed all the things that needed fixing, and now we're gonna change the oil filters and air filters and liquids and whatnot. So yeah, I'll do this and we'll see you in the morning again. So that's like 2 days we lost just because we had to fix the tractors. Might be better, thinking about it, might be better if we would take the tractors down to the vehicle shop and have them do the service. I think I'm gonna do that next time because the time is too valuable for us to just be throwing it away like this. In the end, we're not gonna have enough time to do all the field work. Good. I was so busy with this repair job that I completely forgot that I was meaning to fertilize both wheat fields that we have down in the valley. Shoot. Might be too late now. Maybe if I get a sprayer. Anyway, see you in the morning. Okay, welcome everyone to another beautiful day, and it's April already. We have beautiful flowers blooming on our porch. The tractors have all been fixed, everything is good, everything has been serviced. But we have... well, I have something to check over with, and I want you to see. So if we go down to the government, we can see that we have actually gotten another point bonus in animal bedding, another spacing, water contamination is all good because we haven't done anything. Do I have in the schemes? Yeah. So we have a brand demo. We could get this one for a month, I think. I don't really need a forklift like this. Winter cover crop encourages the planting of cover crops during the winter months to reduce the soil erosion. Okay, we won't be signing up for that just yet. But we did get paid, look at that, 659 euros bonus because we had our animals grazing on the pasture. Huh? Isn't that nice? Okay, so we can see actually that the government doesn't only take, but it gives back also. And we have rolling losses. Okay, do we have to pay any tax? No. The answer is completely no. We are at 0 because we made a loss. And of course you don't you don't pay. I'm just looking if I can see anything. You don't pay taxes on your losses. This is a pretty good idea. So yeah, this is where we got paid 659. Beautiful. Okay, so the thing I want to do today, or make sure that I do today, is I have talked with Father and he said that we don't have a sprayer. Now, if I'm not mistaken, our fields down in the valley, they do have crops growing, and the crops are probably too big already for us to fertilize it with solid fertilizer. So I'm gonna take this Mercedes and I'm gonna purchase. You know what? Wait a second. Let me see if there's anything in the used vehicles market. There might be something for us. I'm looking for a sprayer. Oh, look at that. The Mercedes-Benz for 100,000. Ooh. Yeah, no. Focus, passo. Oh, look at that. Although it's far. It's a pretty strong one at that. It's 50% off. Wow. Fendt Vario. 300 horsepower. We do have enough money for that. I think this was a mistake coming into this tab. Wow, look at the beauty. Absolutely massive. But would this be the better fit for us? It is German made. So yeah, I already like it because of that. It's like a gorgeous machine. But let's see, the engine is 136 horsepower. Can we up that 143 for 8,500 additional? That would give us just a bit less power than we have on the Fendt tractor. And it's a power shift, it's not a CVT. I'm kind of looking for something with the CVT transmission. Like this. This is CVT. It's already 16 years old. What about you? You're only 4 years old. So these are all factors, you know, in maintenance, because if you get, let me talk on the way down, poor quality parts. Yes, Father. A little secret, your Mercedes-Benz truck MB-Track has become a victim of poor quality parts during repair. That failure will most likely come back again soon. You can wait for it to happen or perform a full diagnostic inspection right away. It will reliably reveal the poor quality part. You know what? Shut up. I don't want to hear about it. What now? We just fixed it. We spent a whole day fixing it. And you're telling me that I put in poor quality parts. They were original Mercedes-Benz parts. What else do you want me to do? Okay, I'm getting much too excited for this. Need to get so excited. That's just his opinion. Oh, look at that, the fields have sprouted. Ooh, I gotta have a look at that. So this is our clover field. Yeah, look at the clover. Beautiful, beautiful clover. I think the cows are gonna love it. Both clover and alfalfa. Let's make our way down to the shop. So as you might have seen by that short clip, I have taken a different route into the town today. So I went through the tunnel and came back from the opposite side of the town. Which means that we're gonna go through it, and I just want to take you with me so you see the beauty of this place, because it's really something. So this is a bit of a residential area, and there's a bit of industry on the left. And this is our turn in, where we go into the town itself. And the town is basically made on an island. So this was one bridge, and this is gonna be another one to the left, and there's gonna be yet another one. And this right here is the island section of the place. So yeah, one river, you see a barge and a loading station. Gotta be careful because you have to yield over here. It's a stop sign. When you go down here, you actually come to a very quaint little pub. It's just right there in front of us. By the boat. Yeah, this is a really beautiful place to live in. And this is the entrance to the old town. This is where we went a few episodes ago when we sent the soil samples to analysis. And this is the second bridge. And now we've come to the place where the vehicle shop is located. So it's just out of the main town, next to the river, and there's a bit of open space where they could actually build it, because it's a big house, big building. Alright, so I'm here to buy... Oh, I can close to this car. I'm here to buy a fertilizer spreader, liquid spreader, and I'm here to buy some liquid fertilizer to actually put on the fields. So let's go and see what we can get. Okay, so we got a few options here. We got a very old sprayer with only 400 liter capacity, which I don't think is my piece of what I want. We could get this one, but again, it's a tiny piece. It's a tiny tank. It only holds 400 liters. So I don't want a trailed one. This one would technically be good because we could pair it with this and it would give us 21 meter width. But I think 21 meters is much too much. Can we get that shorter? No. So yeah, I've been toying with the idea of the Quernland, Kuhn, or Hardy. They're around in the same price range. 18 meter, 24, 28, 18 would probably be sufficient. How about you? You are 21 meter. Okay, yeah, so this is bigger. Okay, and you are 24, yeah, no. So, Quernland it is. We're gonna buy this one. This one doesn't need to have a license plate on because we have it on the tractors. Weed spot spraying, that would cost additional 34. So weed spot spraying costs more than the actual sprayer itself. Just bear in mind. Cool, but no. Let's go and purchase this. And we need to get liquid fertilizer, 250 liters. Let's see, can we get anything bigger? No. And this one is 2000, which we won't be able to fit into that. So in the heat of the moment, I completely forgot what the capacity is. 1800. Yeah. You know what, in the end, I think if we go for the most 1000 liters, that would be plenty because of the weight. I might even have to buy a weight. Alright, well, let's make the purchases. And just like that, we are 26,500 plus 1,600 for the fertilizer lighter. And I do have to remember to refuel the tractor before I move on. It's running fairly low now. Well, not very low, but you know, by the time we are done with the spraying, we would probably have to start thinking about getting some fuel in it. Right, tractor lifted the nose quite a lot. Let's see, can I even raise it? I can. Beautiful. And let me get a bit closer and let me fill it up. Alright, everything is pumped in. Can we raise it up? Attachment too heavy. Okay. It looks like the implement is too heavy for your Mercedes-Benz truck. The hydraulics are working at the limit, which will negatively affect their service life. Follow a simple rule. The attachment weight should not exceed 60% of the vehicle's own weight. Okay. Now I don't know for a fact how heavy the implement is and how heavy the tractor is. So that might be an issue. If we'd get a calculator of some sort, but yeah, it seems like we're gonna be overextending the tractor again. And it's just been serviced, you know. The diesel pump starts filling her up. 166 euros for the diesel. Now, while the fuel tank was filling up, I was checking the tires, and look at that. The front are almost in the air, but the rear tires, you could say that is pretty much squished. Right. Well, you know, it is what it is. But I do think I'm gonna have to start thinking about some bigger tractors. That Fendt would be beautiful, but thinking about it, it might just be too big for the farm at this very moment, because that's a huge tractor, and maybe a Series 5 or 6 would be plenty if we get it with higher horsepower. But Series 9 is just a beast, you know, and you've seen our fields. You've seen that we don't have really much space to turn around and stuff like that. So a huge tractor just might be something that gives us more problem than good, even though it would have like an enormous amount of horsepower. That is true. Considering we're already in April, the crops in the fields might be too big for us to actually not damage them while driving. With these huge tires, yeah, and I'm doing wheelies all the time. If police would caught me, I'd get very heavily fined. Probably I wouldn't be able to continue on my way. In any case, yeah, we are probably gonna destroy some crop, but I still think putting fertilizer on will be more benefit than we're gonna lose by driving over on the field. So I just gotta plan properly so we make as little impact as we possibly can. And yeah, I do agree that it's extremely dangerous driving like this. I should have gotten the front weight. But I'm doing something, you know, any good old farmer would do. Just, you know, winging it. Yeah, I'm sorry if you're not one of these and I just spoken for everybody, but yeah. Okay, let's not dwell on it. We've come to the beautiful birch forest. Now let's get into the fields. Yeah, this forest is extremely nice. Gonna have to come for a picnic here someday. Alright. Let me try and open this up. Gotta be careful not to hit any trees on the way. I have my hand on the trigger for the hydraulics, so I can actually reverse it if I need to in very short notice. Okay, so far so good. Will I be able to go for... Yeah, I think so. Let me just try and drive into the field a bit. See, yeah, see, we are destroying crop. Well, shoot. Well, what else to do? I just gotta go and do as little driving as possible on the fields. It's always a shame when you look at a field like this and it's, you know, beautiful uniform field, then you go over and destroy something. I could have gotten row crop tires which do lessen the impact, but I don't know. I'm missing big chunks. Well, I'm not gonna go back and fix it now. Just it is what it is. think I'm gonna go one pass in the center of the field, and that's gonna be it for this one. Trying to focus on the center. But otherwise, I think I'll leave this field to itself until harvest time, because there is no need to fertilize it more than once. Get out of here. Right here. Let me check what I've done. It's not too bad. Could be worse. Could be worse. Yeah, I'm looking at the nitrogen content where we sprayed. Why do we have it too much? Wasn't this field like in need of more nitrogen? Let me check the map. Yeah, it was completely red. It's like the worst kind of fertilization. I don't know. Gonna have to check when we come to the next field. First I gotta make my way out of here. Searching for a road. Okay, this is not ideal. Oh, look at that, a road. And this right here, everybody, is the animal dealer that we are definitely visiting at some point while we're here. But right now, let me focus on this field. Okay, so if I go outside and if I check the status, yeah, you can see the nitrogen is bad. Like, yeah, okay. It's really bad. So it's a good thing we put fertilizer down. I don't know why we are overspraying. I might have to check the settings. Now in the settings we do have the automatic application rate turned on. So that should be what we want. Okay, so let's check the content now. Okay, so it's bad. Oh, this is pretty good on this field. I don't know. It's probably because we are spraying after the crops have grown a bit, but I still think it's better to have just a bit more than to be completely without. But it might give us a lower score in precision farming because, you know, we're putting too much on the field, and too much on the field means that some of it is going to go into the water, the groundwater. But hey, sometimes you can't get the perfect outcome, but you can make the most of what you have. In any case, I'm gonna make my way back to the farm. I'm gonna take this sprayer off of the tractor because it is struggling and I do not want to struggle it anymore. So yeah, thank you all for watching. Hope you had fun, and see you next time when we continue the adventure, whatever the adventure brings. Take care and goodbye.